Tonight's bold accusation, Jodi uses men. Tonight, our jurors here in studio and you, our virtual jury at home, will decide if Jodi Arias is guilty of using men. Now, the defense has portrayed Jodi Arias as the victim, someone who has been used and abused by men, including Travis Alexander. But tonight, I'll prove to you, our virtual jury at home and our in-studio jury, that Jodi is the one who is guilty of using men. I'll show you all the men she has used throughout her life, before, during, and after killing Travis Alexander. Jodi uses men throughout her life. Let's take a look at her life and all the men that she has used before killing Travis, at the time of the killing, and after killing Travis Alexander. Let's begin with Jodi beforehand. Bobby Juarez, who's he? The first boyfriend. She moves in with him because she doesn't have a place to live, because she gets in a fight with her parents. So she moves in with Bobby, who's about 3 years older. Then, when she's tired of him, she moves on to Matt McCartney. Who's he? Bobby's roommate. Well, Matt and her move to Big Sur, and they're working at a restaurant, and then she meets the boss, Daryl Brewer. So now she's hooking up with the boss. Time to get rid of Matt and hook up with Daryl Brewer. They get a house together. But what happens? They run into some financial difficulties, and all of a sudden she's in Vegas one weekend and meets this man, Travis Alexander, who is really an important person with prepaid legal. He's got money, he's young, he's charismatic. Bye-bye, Daryl. Done using you. Time to use Travis Alexander. Now, let's move on from there to the time of the killing. Okay, Matt McCartney. Remember, she takes this long road trip from Wairika down to Mesa? Matt McCartney. She needs a place to stay. Let's call up the old boyfriend, use him. Then, after she kills Travis, oh boy, police are going to come after me. I need an alibi. Hey, how about Ryan Burns? He can provide me with an alibi. Well, you don't believe me? Take a listen to Jodi Arias when she talks about the alibi.
So you weren't there to go see him to see if there was any romantic interest?
Not on June 5th.
Not on June 5th, when you started your trip, part of your trip. So you're saying then that he was an afterthought?
Yeah, he was.
So he was just an alibi then?
Yeah, well, no, not an alibi.
This case is not about did she kill him and is she a big fat liar, because I think we can all agree she's pretty much both of those things. Does she use men? The evidence says no, and I'll tell you why. 4 men, she dated 4 men in a 16-year period. That's a user? No. With Daryl Brewer, they bought a house together. She put up the money. They were together for 4 years. The only reason they broke up is because he did not want to have children, and she knew it was time to go. He let her stay in the house for a little bit until she got somewhere else to go, but she left. She did not use him. She fully contributed. Every relationship she's ever been in, she paid her way. She paid for Travis. She always had a job. And there were text messages from Ryan Burns.
All right, and speaking of the text messages, ladies and gentlemen, the defense wants me to hand out to you copies of those text messages. Our virtual jury will be able to see them at home. Holly, what do these text messages tell the jury?
What they tell the jury is that Ryan Burns is the one who was begging Jodi back on May 3rd, 2008, a month before the murder. And what does it say? Come and stay, smiley face. Good. So I'm talking you into it. What do I have to do to get you here? They're claiming that Jodi used Ryan Burns as an alibi. These are proof. These are text messages that he was begging her to come and visit him. Jodi is a lot of things. She did not use these men. She always paid her way, and they got as much out of the relationship as she did.
All right, still got a lot of intense discussion here, but they have gotten to a verdict. Let's go one by one. Juror number 1, guilty. Juror number 2, guilty. Juror number 3, guilty. Juror number 4, not guilty. Juror number 6, guilty. Juror number 7, not guilty. Juror number 8, not guilty. Juror number 9, not guilty. Juror number 10, not guilty. Juror number 11, guilty. Juror number 12, guilty. 6-5, our closest verdict yet. Got to get some comments here from our jury, and we're 1 down, so that changed the dynamic. Number 4.
Wait a minute.
I can't say that she was using people. I think she used sex to keep relationships going because she was a fundamentally damaged person who didn't know how to maintain a relationship.